Beautiful day from Fenway Park as we play day baseball. It's game 3 of a 3-game series between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Boston Red Sox. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, the Red Sox trying to make it a clean sweep over the Philadelphia Phillies. They're playing good baseball, and right now the offense really clicking.
Yeah, it really is, and they've moved up to the top of the league in many offensive categories, and a lot of it's because of the young guys. And you look at some of the numbers, they're incredible. Mookie Betts right now on an 11-game hitting streak, hitting .378. Xander Bogaerts, who has been really hot, 6 games at .440. David Ortiz, of course, chasing the home runs, the 500 home runs. And Jackie Bradley Jr., a 6-game hitting streak, .556 through that span, and a lot of extra base hits for them. So, you got a lot of guys swinging the bat very well right now for the Red Sox, and that's great, and especially for the young guys, because they're getting tremendous confidence here in the final month of the season. So that's very important for them going into the offseason and going into next spring training.
Well, a complete game victory yesterday for Wade Miley. The Red Sox will be looking for more of the same today from Eduardo Rodriguez. He's 8-5 on the season. He'll get the nod today in game 3. First pitch is next. E3 today. Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Toyota's website for deals by Toyota.com. Digital Federal Credit Union. See what DCU can save you. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at Southwest.com. A beautiful day in Boston as the Red Sox back home again today to take on the Philadelphia Phillies in the finale of this series. Red Sox have taken the field today. It's Junior Announcer Day. Now for the Phillies lineup, it's brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers.
Thanks, Mr. Orsillo. My name is Josh, and I'm from Wareham, Mass. Here is today's Phillies lineup. Leading off in center field, Audubon Herrera. At second, Cesar Hernandez. In right field, Aaron Elther. The DH, Jeff Francoeur. In left field, Darnell Sweeney. At first base, Darren Ruff. At third base, Cody Ashe. The catcher, Eric Kratz. At shortstop, Freddie Galvis.
Nice job, Josh, as the Red Sox starting pitcher presented by your local New England Audi dealers. Eduardo Rodriguez makes his 18th start of the year, 8-5 with a 4.25 earned run average, 73 strikeouts to 30 walks, and opponents hitting at .251 against Rodriguez. Last 3 starts for Eduardo. He's 2-0 with a 1.89 ERA, 19 innings, 10 Ks, and opponents hitting at .274 over those last 3 for Rodriguez.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They're 11th in the American League with 82 errors on the season. Brock Holt will be at third base. Xander Bogaerts, the shortstop. Josh Rutledge at second. And Travis Shaw, the first baseman. Left to right, Rusney Castillo, Mookie Betts, and Jackie Bradley Jr. And Ryan Hannigan doing the catching for Rodriguez.
Dubal Herrera ready to lead it off here now for the Phillies. And the first pitch of the ball game is sliced foul off to the left and back into the grandstand for strike one.
We saw a lot of that yesterday. Aggressive swinging by the Phillies, and first pitch swinging here is Herrera against Rodriguez.
Now Eduardo Rodriguez trying to have a good outing during the day. His night outings have been amazing. In 10 night games, he's 7-1 with a 1.68 earned run average. The day has not been so good for him. 1-4 with a 9.27 ERA. Opponent sitting at 326 against Rodriguez in the daytime. So we'll see how that shakes out today against this Phillies lineup. In at third is Brock Holt, and pitch is grounded softly right side to Rutledge. Charges in and flips underhanded to first base to get Herrera. Now the umpiring crew here today, Lance Barrett has the plate calling the balls and strikes, with Dan Iasanya at first base, Dale Scott at second base, and CB Bucknor is the umpire at third. Are available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
One down here in the top half of the first inning brings up Cesar Hernandez, the second baseman for the Phillies. And he's jumping on that first pitch. Fouls it back. 269 with a home run and 31 runs driven in for Hernandez. Swing and a miss, has him down 0-2.
A changeup that time by Rodriguez, and a good one down and out of the strike zone.
Center fielder Mookie Betts over towards right center, gap out there in left center. And the 0-2 is in there for strike three. Hernandez rung up by Lance Barrett. First strikeout of the day for Rodriguez. 2 down.
A good follow-up pitch by Rodriguez. You go change up down and in for a strike. Then you go fastball away for a strike. And strike three, you can see Hannigan sitting way outside. And that ball picks up the outside corner. Well executed by Rodriguez.
Now look at the arsenal this year for Rodriguez. 72% of the time fastballs. Two down here in the first inning. Aaron Altair, the batter, right fielder, who checks in hitting at 250 and takes a hack, fouling it back. The 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and it evens at 1-1.
They're shading Altair to the opposite field. In the outfield, Rusney Castillo pulled way over in left field, and see where Betts and Bradley Jr. are playing.
They'll try to come in on him. And he fights it off foul. 95-mile-an-hour fastball that was biting in. And Hannigan, the battery mate today of Eduardo Rodriguez.
Inside with the fastball, really ties up Altair with that swing, and all he can do is foul it off.
Takes strike three. A nice first inning for Eduardo Rodriguez. It includes a pair of Ks. We'll hold off on the lineups and take a look at the pitcher first. And Jared Eichhoff, Phillies starting pitcher, presented by New England Nissan dealers. Eichhoff's fourth appearance, 1-2 with a 2.84 earned run average. Opponent's hitting at 211 against Eichhoff. Now Mookie Betts leading it off here in the bottom of the first inning. And he'll take a pitch outside for ball one. He had 281 to start the day, 13 homers and 65 runs batted in. That's a fly ball to left field. Darnell Sweeney battling the sun, locates the baseball and makes the catch out there for the first out. It's Junior Announcer Day. Time now for the Red Sox lineup. It's brought to you by your Eastern Hyundai dealers.
Thanks, Mr. Orso. My name is Bob and I'm from Wareham, Mass. Here's today's Red Sox lineup. Leading off in center field, Mookie Betts. At third base, Brock Holt. At shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. The DH, David Ortiz. At first base, Travis Shaw. In the field, Rusney Castillo. The catcher, Ryan Hannigan. At second base, Josh Rutledge. In right field, Jackie Bradley Jr.
Nicely done, Bob. As with one out here in the bottom of the first inning, it is Brock Holt who bats now. Holt at 279 coming in. 2 homers and 38 runs batted in for the Red Sox third baseman today. Second straight day that Holt has been at third, and Josh Rutledge at second base. This one fouled off down by the tarp area.
Hey, look at Eichhoff, the starting pitcher. He's made 3 starts. He got a win against Miami, and then 2 back-to-back games against the Mets, and both of those losses against the New York Mets. Did a AA, AAA, big leagues this season.
He was also part of the Cole Hamels deal, acquired from Texas, along with Matt Harrison, Nick Williams, Jorge Alfaro, Jake Thompson, and Alex Asher, who we saw start yesterday, all in exchange for Cole Hamels. Jake Diekman also went, a left-handed pitcher, in cash considerations, but it's one of the guys the Phillies are hoping that will have value for them. This is in the air to deep right field. Back goes Altair onto the track to make the catch right in front of the fence. He had no more room in which to work as he gets back to that wall in right field. 2 down.
Yeah, I think that the fence really crept up on Altair out there in right field. He goes back. Obviously no clouds up top to help out today. All sunshine, and makes the catch and bangs into the wall, holds onto the baseball.
So Brock Holt hit it a long way, but he is out number 2. It's a loud out, and look at that high sky. There is Xander Bogaerts with 2 away, and Xander will take strike 1.
Actually, when you think about it, Don, the sky isn't any higher than it was yesterday.
No.
It's just that there are no clouds up there.
Right, which makes it higher, because the clouds would be below the sky. Right?
Yes, absolutely. You know that when we go on an airplane.
Right. Xander Bogaerts, third in the American League in batting average, starting the day at .320. There's a pop-up foul off to the right out of play. Comes in with a 6-game hitting streak, hitting at .440, and Jerry's not alone, as you highlighted earlier today, that his offense really starting to click.
Yeah, Red Sox got a lot of guys right now swinging the bat very, very well, and certainly Bogaerts among those.
1-2 is in the left center field. Over goes Herrera to play it, and Xander Bogaerts with a 2-out base hit has to scamper back to the bag at first, but he's aboard.
The Phillies defense is brought to you by DraftKings, and they're last in the National League with 95 errors on the season. Cody Ashley will be at third base. Freddie Galvis, the shortstop. Cesar Hernandez at second. Darren Ruff, the first baseman. Left to right, Darnell Sweeney, Odubel Herrera, and Aaron Altair. And Eric Kratz gets the start behind the plate.
So 2 down, Xander Bogaerts at first base. Will be held on over there by Darren Ruff as the Phillies go into a shift here on the right side to bring Cody Ashley to the right side of the infield. Ortiz yesterday securing his 30th home run of the year, his 496th of his career, and a healthy hack there has him down 0-1.
And gets a changeup on the very first pitch.
496. A while ago, it didn't appear it was going to be in range this year. Well, now a whole different ball game for David Ortiz. Was really powered up at the plate over the last month. Diving back to the bag successfully is Xander Bogaerts at first base. Since the All-Star break, Ortiz has hit at .331 with a .694 slugging percentage. He's had 15 home runs since the All-Star break. Of course, passing Ted Williams for the most 30-plus home run seasons in a Red Sox uniform. David now with 9, Ted Williams with 8. Down and in, a snap throw to first, but not a good one. And Bogaerts able to get back. That throw was headed up the right field line.
I just love that play, throwing behind left-handed hitters, especially when the pitch is inside. And this ball almost gets away from Ruff at first base. Very nice play by Ruff to keep that ball from going into right field. If that throw's close to the bag, they might have had Bogaerts.
Little wiggle on that and misses away. And David in the driver's seat right now, 3-1. Travis Shaw has been batting out of the 5th spot, waits on deck. Ortiz to deep right field. Altair going back at the wall. 497 for Big Papi. Red Sox lead it 2-0 with one swing of the mighty bat of David Ortiz.
Let's look at the pitch sequence that time against Ortiz. They start him with a changeup. That's a swing and miss. Then they go fastball away. They go fastball again, this time too far inside. A changeup again, and then the fastball that is right there for David Ortiz to crush. So the possibility now of Ortiz getting this done before this homestand is over is a very distinct possibility.
200th career home run here at Fenway Park for Big Papi. Passes Dwight Evans for 4th all time in that category as this is out to center and Herrera is there waiting and puts it away. David Ortiz with his 497th home run has given the Red Sox a 2-0 lead. 2-0. Red Sox have the lead thanks to the 2-run home run by David Ortiz. Jeff Francoeur leads it off, dribbles one down the first baseline. It'll be picked up by Rodriguez and flipped to first. So Francoeur retired 1-3. For every home run the Red Sox hit the rest of the season, Alltown will donate $500 to the Cystic Fibrosis Multiple Sclerosis Fund. Alltown is New England's premier healthier convenience retailer. 4 in a row retired by Eduardo Rodriguez to start his outing today, and brings up Darnell Sweeney. Sweeney, the left fielder for the Phillies. Red Sox playing for him to go the other way as Betts moves to right center as Sweeney will take strike one. Well off the line and left is Rusney Castillo. .226 average coming in for Sweeney. 3 homers, 8 runs batted in. Red Sox have taken the first 2 games of the series, and of course Wade Miley yesterday going the distance. This is out to right center field and in for a base hit. Mookie Betts cuts it off quickly, and Darnell Sweeney aboard with a 1-out base hit. Well, the Red Sox family 4-packs are back, and the special package fans will get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas for $75. This great deal is even available for Red Sox Hat Night on Tuesday and Fred Lynn Bobblehead Night on September the 22nd. Tickets are available at redsox.com/family 4-packs. A lot of families on hand here today playing day baseball from Fenway Park. Finale of this 3-game series as here is Darren Ruff, who takes strike one. Ruff at .240 with 7 homers and 27 runs batted in. Ruff making his 44th start of the season for the Phillies. And generally doing very well against left-handed pitching. In fact, hitting .363 against lefties on the year with a .600 slugging percentage. 5 of the 7 home runs he has against lefties. And a pop-up back of first, falling fast into right, falling fair. Heading for third is Darnell Sweeney on a base hit, just blooped into right field by Ruff. And the Phillies have runners at first and third with 1 away.
Ruff could not throw that ball out there any better than what he hit it out there. Just perfect, landing inside the foul line. A little slice and really no chance for anybody to get there. Very good base running by Sweeney. He knew nobody was going to be able to get it, so he heads on to third base. Sweeney taking a peek back, but no contest, no throw. So first and third for the Phillies.
And Cody Ashley, the batter, third baseman. Started the first game and yesterday off, back in there again today for the finale. And a big spot right here with 1 out in the inning. Ashley coming in at .251 with 7 home runs, 24 runs batted in. He's now made 91 major league starts this year. Some in left and some at third base as he takes the strike.
The nasty pitch there by Rodriguez to get that first strike. A fastball on the outside part of the plate. Something the hitter certainly wants no part of at that point in the count.
Sweeney at third, Ruff at first with 1 out. And backing off is Rodriguez. Swing and a miss. And that's a ball and 2 strikes now to Ashe.
Now once again keeping that fastball away from Ashe, working the outside part of the plate with it.
See if he keeps it out there, maybe with a slider. Fastball again to the outside part.
I think he went around. We'll see. They will not even check. Brock Holt wants him to check. But Hannigan not asking the home plate umpire. Now Rodriguez wants him to check. They check. He went around. There you go. Surprise Hannigan did not. Apparently didn't see it. And that is strike 3. A big out. 2 down.
Brock Holt kept trying to get the attention of Ryan Hannigan behind the plate to check down at third base because from his vantage point, he saw a swing. Actually, the pitch was a very good pitch. It could have been called a strike.
That's probably what Hannigan was focusing on, but he did go around. So 2 down, and it's first and third. Eric Kratz standing in as he bats with runners at first and third and 2 down. Kratz briefly with the Red Sox, claimed off waivers by the Red Sox on June the 21st. And designated by Boston on the 25th. Signed by Seattle July the 2nd, then released by Seattle. Signed by the Phillies as a minor league free agent on July the 20th. And then called up as part of the September call-ups. There's a foul fly off to the right out of play. So it's been a weird year for Kratz, moving around a lot, trying to find a spot to play in the big leagues. And he's back in the big leagues now as a member of the Philadelphia Phillies. Total of 181 major league games for Kratz. Sweeney at third base, rough across the diamond at first with 2 down here in the second inning. And Hannigan going out as he and Rodriguez have been going back and forth. Kratz had to back out a couple times. Now the conversation continuing as to what they want to do. Well, tonight, check out one of the last regular season games for the Pawtucket Red Sox as they host the Buffalo Bisons live on NESN tonight at 6. First and third, 2 down. Kratz waiting on a 1-1 pitch. And it misses outside for ball 2. That's the 25th pitch for Eduardo Rodriguez through an inning and 2/3. Rifle foul off to the right out of play, and grab made by a fan to our right. Nicely done, one-handed.
Wow, it's a very nice play. Very, very nice. Didn't lose their beverages, lost nothing.
Everything's intact. It's jammed in, pops it up foul off to our right and out of play. First and third, 2 down, and a 2-2 pitch. Fly ball headed out towards right field. Jackie Bradley Jr. on the move will get there and make the catch shy of the track to end the inning. Phillies strand a pair. It is 2-0 Boston after an inning and a half. And fabrication for facilities throughout the Northeast. Did you know FW Web did that? Learn more about this proud Boston Red Sox sponsor at fwweb.com. Rusney Castillo leading it off here for Boston. Just a game and a half difference between the Yankees and the Blue Jays heading into today's action. Yankees are losing while the Blue Jays are winning. And of course the Jays will be in town beginning tomorrow. We'll get to see that up close and personal. That offensive attack the Blue Jays have, and better pitching for the Blue Jays lately as well. They've got it all going on right now.
And one thing Rusney Castillo is starting to see is a lot of breaking balls. Back-to-back sliders in this particular at bat right there. Just quickly get ahead of them 1-2. Another breaking ball.
And it misses downstairs, not by a lot. Steele 1 for 8 so far in the series against Philadelphia. And he lines one down the right field line. A fair ball. Kicks off the wall and over to play at Altier. Heading for second, Castillo. He'll get there standing without a problem. Ball got away, but it is backed up. And a double for Rusney Castillo to start the bottom of the second inning.
That Rusney finally gets a fastball and it's away, and he goes right with that pitch, actually off the outside part of the plate. And that's something he's proven he can do. You know, reach out across the plate and hit those pitches that are 3 or 4 inches outside. So Castillo in a scoring position with nobody out here in the second inning.
Ryan Hanigan coming up, hitting at .253 with 2 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Runs it inside for ball 1. Hanigan 1 for 4 so far in the series, played in game 1. Swihart had the plate yesterday. Last 19 games, Hanigan hitting at .300 and hitting safely in 16 of the last 19 contests. As he'll take the strike at the top of the zone that time.
And that was a breaking ball, not a very good one, a very hittable pitch for Hanigan, but he chose to take it.
One of these young arms that the Phillies are hoping are going to turn out to be a big part of their future. Today it's Jared Eichhoff on the mound, and we saw Asher pitch in yesterday's game. Two of the guys acquired from Texas in the Cole Hamels deal, and Phillies trying to figure out what they got back. Pete McCannon, the manager of the Phillies, looking on as here's a 1-1 pitch. Hannigan takes strike two. He didn't think so.
A little bit of curveball that time that picked up the inside corner, just barely picking up the inside corner. As a hitter, when you look back and you see where the catcher catches the ball, that's what makes you angry, because it looks like it's really low, but when it goes across the plate, it's actually a pretty good pitch.
Hannigan lays off a pitch outside, 2-2. On deck, Josh Rutledge. Red Sox batting here in the second inning. Leadoff double by Rusney. Castillo has got it started, and Hannigan trying to keep it going with the Red Sox already on top, 2-0. Taken off for third is Castillo. They throw over, and he will be out. And they got a jump and then some, but unfortunately noticing his Eichhoff before he made the pitch and throws him out at third base, trying to steal.
Yeah, bad base running right there. I mean, you can't take that chance. You see a very cool and calm pitcher just steps off Eichhoff and picks him at third base. You see him get the walking lead. Now he takes off too soon. That's exactly what they do. They just step off and pick him off. So you take a potential run out of scoring position with nobody out at second base.
Now a base hit to right field. That certainly highlights that. As a single for Hannigan. They have very well scored that run, but instead it's a one-out single.
Hey, Hannigan had a bat all along trying to move the ball the other way to advance Castillo. Well, Castillo gets thrown out at third and still goes to the opposite field, but this time for the base hit. A lot of breaking balls that time to Hannigan, but he stays with it, takes it the other way, and picks up the second hit of the inning for the Red Sox, but there is one out because of the pickoff attempt. What do they call that? A caught stealing?
Caught stealing.
Caught stealing.
Yep. 1-5. 341 for Rutledge in a Red Sox uniform with a home run, 6 runs batted in. 30th pitch of the day for Eichhoff. And a swing and a miss. Eichhoff giving up a single with 2 outs in the first. That set the table for David Ortiz to hit a 2-run home run, his 497th of his career. And the difference in the game right now, 2-0 Boston. And Rutledge with a foul tip glancing off of Kratz. Rutledge 2 for 4 in the ball game yesterday, getting his second straight start at second base. And that pitch up and away evens the count now at 2-2. He's now made 13 starts in a Red Sox uniform. This marks his 12th at second base. Did make a start at third base. He's now appeared in a total of 22 games since being acquired from the Angels. And lets that one go away. A full count.
Well, so far we've seen all 4 pitches with the fastball, the curveball, slider, and changeup.
First full count of the day for Eichhoff. Not walked anybody, nor has he struck anybody out.
3-2 fastball.
Runner goes in Hannigan, and this one fouled back. So Hannigan trying to get a start. Red Sox season ticket plans are now available for the 2016 season. For information about becoming a Red Sox season ticket holder, call 617-226-6888 or visit redsox.com/season tickets today. 35th pitch for Eichhoff. And a payoff pitch again. Hannigan going again, and this one fouled back. Castillo doubled to begin the inning, but was caught stealing 1-5 for the first out of the inning. Hannigan singles to right. Now Josh Rutledge in a battle here with Jared Eichhoff. As Hannigan gains his lead, he has been running each of the last 2 times. And he's off again. This one fouled straight back. Rutledge will see a 9th pitch.
Well, there comes a point where, maybe you can't send him. You send him 3 times in a row. And Rutledge keeps fouling the ball off. Hannigan double checking with Ani Baylor about the sign that was given by Butterfield.
Throw over again, back to back. Hannigan going again, and the pitch is outside. Ball 4. So the first walk given up by Eichhoff, and Hannigan to second base with 1 out of the inning.
Yeah, good at bat by Rutledge, too. Fouled off a couple of pitches on the 3-2 count. Finally worked the walk.
There's Jackie Bradley Jr. at 293. 7 home runs, 30 runs batted in. And again at second, Rutledge at first with 1 out. And Bradley takes a breaking ball for strike 1. Jackie didn't think so. 6-game hitting streak coming into today for Bradley. 556-10 for his last 18. Mixing in some extra base hits, 5 doubles and a home run. .458 since August the 9th with runners in scoring position. He's got Hannigan at second base, Rutledge at first with 1 out here in the Boston second inning. It's the bottom of the order making some noise here. A swing and a miss. Breaking ball again.
Yeah, he's throwing a couple of good curveballs to Bradley. One on the very first pitch, and that one to get a swing and miss. That's the curveball going down and onto the strike zone to Bradley Jr.
Popped up foul off to the left out of play. Now trying to get across here to Rusney Castillo as Torey Lovello going through Devin Marrero here. Looks like he's doing a little bit of translating for Rusney.
Coaching him up a little bit.
Yep. Caught stealing here in this inning. A big play as it turns out. 1-2 pitch, and Bradley did not go, says CB Bucknorth, third base umpire.
Take a look from the side, see if he did or did not go. No, I don't think he did. I'm not even going to ask you.
2 on with 1 out. And again at second, Rutledge at first. And it's lined into right field, headed towards that right field corner. From second base, Hannigan scores. Back to play it is Altair. Coming around from first is Rutledge. He'll score on a triple by Jackie Bradley Jr. The Red Sox take a 4-0 lead.
Well, no curveball that time for Jackie Bradley. He gets a fastball that really turns on it. all the way down in that right field corner. No problem for 2 runs to score. That ball just above the belt. Bradley getting on top of it. A top spin line drive that's going to go all the way down to the right field corner. He has the easy triple. And 2 more RBIs. 32 now total for Jackie on the season. Was he hot?
11 for his last 19 now as part of this 7-game hitting streak.
It's one thing to have a 7-game hitting streak, but 579. And look at the extra base hits.
I think that's the thing that has surprised me the most, the power that he has displayed. We never saw that before at any point prior to this stretch that he's been on right now.
And we haven't seen a lot of this.
No.
prior to this stretch.
So 2 runs in for the Red Sox on the triple by Bradley Jr. Boston on top 4-0. And here's Mookie Betts with Bradley at third base, and now the infield in all the way around for the Phillies here in the 2nd inning. Mookie Betts flied out to the left fielder Darnell Sweeney in the 1st inning, 0 for 1. Driven in 23 of 29 from third with less than 2 outs. With 1 out, Bradley Jr. at third base. Mookie trying to get him in and add to this Red Sox lead. And a swing and a miss. One of those breaking balls, and it's 2-1.
That's a slider that time from Eichhoff. Actually, a pretty good pitch to hit right down the middle of the plate, but the off speed of it fooled Mookie Betts.
Now a liner into left field, a base hit for Betts. Here comes Bradley Jr. and the Red Sox have a 5-0 lead.
Fooled me once, but not twice. Came back with a save pitch to breaking ball. And this time Betts puts it in the left field for the base hit. So they tried to go back to the same pitch, the slider, almost in the same spot, actually a little bit farther outside, and Betts does a real good job covering the plate to pull that ball in the left field for the base hit. Bradley Jr. scores. Big inning here for the Red Sox.
1 on, 1 out, and Brock Holt takes a pitch down low. And the Red Sox offense clicking the last few days, and Red Sox with some big run hit totals, and today off to a 5-0 lead with 6 hits in the game. And to first base and back to the bag is Betts, checked on there by Ruff.
I'd keep the pressure on, Don, either with a straight out steal or a hit and run.
Another check on Betts. Holt on the ground and through the right side. Betts had to jump over that. Gets to second, and the Red Sox have 2 on with 1 out.
That's the second time that Holtz hit the ball hard. The first time was out toward the bullpen area, but the catch was made by Altier. This time on the ground between first and second. Betts jumps right over the baseball. No contact there, and 2 men on with 1 out.
5 hits and a walk so far in this inning, as you see Betts just able to leap up and over that ball. Lance Barrett, the home plate umpire, headed out to break up a meeting at the mound here as Jared Eichhoff has now allowed 7 hits in an inning and a third so far, and there is no action in the Phillies pen yet. Two on, 1 away, and Xander Bogaerts gets his second look at Jared Eichhoff. Bogaerts with a single to center field in the first, scored on the 2-run home run by David Ortiz. It's Betts and Holt on the base pass for Boston here in the second inning. Bottom of the zone for a strike.
Well, change up that time. Looked like it was a little bit low, but got the strike call. 84-mile-an-hour changeup down below the knees, but called the strike. Doubled up on the changeups, that time missing.
Thirty-fifth pitch of the inning coming up here for Eichhoff, with David Ortiz waiting on deck. Line foul. Hot shot. Bogart's the seventh batter for the Red Sox here in the second inning. A bluff by Eichhoff going off the backside. Straightens up Xander with a fastball that was up, full count. Five runs on 7 hits so far for the Red Sox. They continue to bat here in the second inning. 2 in the first, 3 so far here in the second. Payoff pitch. Bogart slips a fly ball foul off to the right, out of play. Well, follow the Red Sox all season with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet today. Eichhoff going to work on his cleat back there, and trying to get out of this inning without any further damage. Red Sox have Mookie Betts at second, Brock Holt at first. Still only 1 out in the inning. Bogart's fouling it back. Only out in this inning, the caught stealing. Rusney Castillo trying to get to third base. Eichhoff stepped off and threw him out at third base. It's been the only out for the Phillies. Payoff pitch. And Bogarts takes ball 4 and heads down to first base. Second walk of the inning and of the outing from Eichhoff. And it'll be a bases loaded situation for Big Papi. Bases filled with Red Sox, Betts, Holt, and Bogarts. 40th pitch of the inning for Eichhoff. Ortiz fouling it off to the left, out of play.
Let's take a look back to the first home run today for David, his 31st of the season. Line shot that goes over the bullpen area on a fastball middle end.
Ortiz to center field. Herrera going back onto the track with room to make the catch in front of the wall. Tagging at third is Betts. He will score. Throw goes to third as the Red Sox take a 6-0 lead. A sac fly for Big Papi. His third RBI of the day, and Boston on top 6-0.
Yeah, I just missed that one too, and you know, it's fun because the fans, every time the ball goes in the air when David makes contact, are hoping that it's going to be a home run. Straight away center field on a ball that's a little bit outside, and that's why he could not quite get all of it. See him reach a little bit for that, and that's the difference. Little short of the fence out there in center field, but does get a run home.
Both Holt and Bogaerts able to tag up as this one fought off foul back and out of play. So David with a 3 RBI day, the 2-run home run in the first, sac fly here in the second. Shaw, the 9th member of the Red Sox to bat here in the second inning. Now to right field, down towards the corner, but a foul ball. Out ahead of that is Travis Shaw. Finally, there is some action in the pen for the Phillies. Justin DeFreitas is up in the pen. Bob McClure, Pete McCannon talking it over here as their starter, trying to get through the second inning. Time called. Shaw's got something in his eye. That's with Brock Holt at third, Xander Bogaerts at second base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. And Shaw will take strike 3. But what an inning for the Red Sox. They score 4 times and take a 6-0 lead. Today we welcome the UNH Cooperative Extension to historic Fenway Park. Dunkin' Donuts committed to the community. 6-0. Red Sox have the lead over the Philadelphia Phillies. Long wait for Eduardo Rodriguez, but he doesn't mind. He now has a 6-run lead. Well, a la Pedro Martinez, it looks like Henry Owens has been taped to the pole in the Red Sox dugout.
Must have been talking too much.
Apparently, they had enough.
Up to the pole and they taped his mouth.
Henry, we've had enough of you. We're going to tape you to the pole.
How long can he stay there possibly for? The whole game?
I don't know how long he's been there. We just found him. Who knows? He might have been there since the first inning. He can breathe, though. Still has his nose to work with. Pitch in there for a strike. Freddie Galvis batting out of the 9 spot. Leading it off here for the Phillies in the 3rd inning. And Galvis lines it into left field for a base hit. 3rd hit of the day for Philadelphia. First time they've had the lead runner on. So the Panda has come to his rescue, at least the top part. So I guess they're going to take that off. I don't see if Pablo's going to let him out of the rest of this contraption. I guess not. Pablo's going to leave him there. Okay, then I'll just sit here on this pole then. So you guys think about letting me out. Seems like a negotiation may be going on there as pitch misses just off the outside edge.
The only thing dangerous about that is if a foul ball goes in that dugout, he can't move.
Yeah, where's he going?
He can't move.
Then they're really going to feel bad, you know? Pitch outside, and it's 2-0. It's amazing, though, how it has changed. To be a rookie in the major leagues now is totally different than being a rookie years ago. And you played, for instance, being a rookie. You're treated a little bit differently by the veterans today than you were years ago.
I think part of it is because, you know, in spring training, they invite so many people to spring training now that the young players get to mingle in with the veteran players right from day one of spring training. So, you know, when they're called to the big leagues, it's not strange for them. They know these guys, so it's a little bit different. We obviously didn't know anybody at the big league level. There was no such thing as, you know, being invited to spring training if you were not on the 40-man roster.
Now we see, 65 guys there.
A lot of guys.
Spring training.
A lot of guys in spring training. And I think it's better. I mean, I always thought it was stupid, you know, for to have to call up a guy and, you know, put him through a miserable time just because he was a rookie. I mean, you know, what did that prove? You know, what does he do on the field is what I want to know. How's he going to help us?
Not the hazing part of it?
Nah, I never bought into any of that. You know, the worst offenders of that were guys that couldn't play.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. You know,
think it'd be the last people to do
tough
that.
guys that have been there for like 4 years who couldn't play a lick.
Like walking around like Hall of Famers?
Oh, yeah.
It looks like he has been freed down there finally. Here's a pitch in there for a strike. Not the first guy to be taped to that pole, and probably not the last. This is to center field and a base hit. Freddie Galvis being waved around from second base. He will score the first Phillies run of the day. And Eduardo Rodriguez, after a long wait, having some trouble here in the 3rd inning.
And that was a changeup, not real bad. I mean, it was down in the zone, but a good job by Hernandez to pick up the base hit. Extends his hitting streak to 7 games now. He had struck out back in the 1st inning, but here in the 3rd, the base hit to drive in a run. His 32nd RBI of the season.
First and second, nobody out to run in. Altair taking a strike over the outside corner. Second time through now for Eduardo Rodriguez for this Phillies lineup. Fouled straight back, and it's 0-2. DraftKings.com is paying out over $300 million this baseball season. DraftKings has given out $34 million to Boston residents alone since the site launched. Get your free entry into a one-day fantasy baseball contest today using promo code NESSN. Double Herrera at second base. Cesar Hernandez at first with nobody out. The 0-2 pitch. Altair fouling it off to the right, out of play.
Red Sox prior to the game honoring their employees that worked for them for a number of years, and one of those that were honored was Tommy McLaughlin, Red Sox clubhouse a boss. 30 years of service for Tommy.
How about that?
That's a long time.
Frame there by Hannigan. Just missed. 1-2. Altair called up on the 18th of August from Lehigh Valley. Started his major league career with 7 consecutive extra base hits, 4 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs, and finds himself now batting third in this Phillies order. Certainly been a difficult season for Philadelphia. 53 and 83 coming into today's action. 22.5 games back of the Mets in the National League East. Of course, Ryan Sandberg relieved of his duties. Pete Buchanan has been the manager since. A disappointing year for the Phillies. 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Inning began with Freddie Galvis singling to left field. Then a Double Herrera with a walk and RBI single. Followed that up by Cesar Hernandez, and gives the Phillies their first run of the day. And a swing and a miss. Altair chases that and strikes out. That's the 4th strikeout for Eduardo Rodriguez.
Very good changeup by Rodriguez, working it down and away from Altair. Second time he struck him out. First time was on a fastball. This time he goes to the off-speed pitch, the changeup. And a little movement toward the end, moving away from Altair.
So 1 down here in the 3rd inning. Runners at first and second. Jeff Francoeur, the batter. And a swing and a miss. Big cut there in the 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Francoeur has been hot at the plate last 31 games, hitting at .326. Total is 61 starts this year. 52 of them in right. This is only his 2nd game as a DH. This one fouled back. Seven starts in left. Dan Roach taking in the ball game in behind home plate. Roach with some good seats. 0-2 pitch coming up here to Francoeur. And a foul off to the right, out of play. Six runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Red Sox. A run, 4 hits, no errors for Philadelphia. And the Phillies making noise here in the 3rd inning against Eduardo Rodriguez. 50th pitch for Eduardo. And it is popped up, foul ground. Holt and Hannigan, and Holt reaches over to make the catch. Kind of leaning into that first row is Holt to grab the ball for out number 2.
Yeah, it's probably easier for us up here to see that he was going to make that catch than it is for Holt himself, because he's going close to that wall, doesn't know exactly how much room he has, reaches up and makes the catch. You could tell from up here the ball was going to stay in play, and he would have at least an opportunity for it. Good concentration by Brock Holt as he crashes into the wall after making the catch to pick up the 2nd out of the inning.
Hannigan out to talk to Rodriguez with 2 down here in the 3rd inning. Didn't start well with a single, a walk, a single, and a run, but he's been able to settle in here and strike out Altair and gets Francoeur to foul out for the 2nd out of the inning, and now they'll prepare an attack here against Darnell Sweeney. 1 for 1 in the ball game. Sweeney with a single to center field in the 2nd inning. Strike over the outside corner. We're at second base. Hernandez at first. A run in here for the Phillies. Trying to chip away at what was a 6-run deficit. It's now a 5-run deficit as the pitch misses down and in. In the dirt.
Well, so far to Sweeney, change-ups away, fastballs in. Rodriguez falling behind in the count, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Sweeney will take ball 3. Willis, the pitching coach, looking on. Seen a lot of these outings for Rodriguez. He's usually really good, or at times can be really bad. A lot of times there's not been a lot of gray area there in some of his outings. And certainly we've documented how daytime has been an issue for whatever reason or not, and trying to avoid that today. Gets the strike there.
And did not give in with the fastball on the 3-1 count. He goes to the changeup to pick up the 2nd strike. The changeup grip and the changeup going down and in about knee high to Sweeney. So the runners will be off on the 3-2 count with 2 outs.
We're at second. Hernandez at first. And a foul that went in on the thumbs, fouled off to the right. It's Eduardo Rodriguez coming off a win against the Yankees. 5 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs. 1 was earned. He walked 3, struck out 4. And the youngest Red Sox left-handed pitcher with 2 wins against the Yankees in the same season since 1967 when Billy Rohr was able to do it. Payoff pitch again. And a ground ball to third base. Brock Holt will go to first for the out that ends the inning. The Phillies do grab a run at 6-1 Boston. Visit NessonClubhouse.com. It has videos, games, and a whole lot more. It's fun, free, and easy to use. Visit NessonClubhouse.com. Good day to be in the bleachers today. 6-1. Red Sox have the lead, and a fly ball off the bat of Rusney Castillo to right field. Altair out there and right makes the catch for the first out of the third inning.
Well, John, you know I get to the ballpark very, very early. And I got here really early today, so I've been fortunate enough to take on an internship in the Red Sox clubhouse.
Really?
Prior to doing a ball game, and I started today. Everything went well. I was folding towels, and that was
folding towels.
That was the first step in my internship, and things went pretty well, I thought.
Outstanding. So are you going to do this again tomorrow? Another day game tomorrow? Going to come in early?
Could go to shoes tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the staff says.
There's a ground ball that heads out to the backhand of Hernandez, and he throws to first in time to get Hannigan. So this internship starts today, and we'll see what happens with the future of your internship.
Yeah, exactly. I actually enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and I got there very early today. I just woke up early for some reason. I got here before anybody was here, and they were in there working, so I decided to try to help out a little bit, as little as I possibly could. And so who knows? I mean,
tomorrow maybe shoes, huh? That's a big step. I don't know.
Shoes are usually done after the game, so I don't have time after the game. I have to leave. But I have plenty of time because I get here very early for games.
Well, maybe this internship may not be for you, as it turns out, as it is popped up, foul ground. Ruff is under it, and he makes the catch. Well, good luck with that, Jerry.
Thank you, Don.
6-1. Red Sox have the lead. Sign up for a free checking account with Eastern Bank and get $100. Just text money to 36698. Message and data rates may apply. Beautiful day to be on the water here this Labor Day weekend. The Red Sox and the Phillies playing into the fourth inning. It's 6-1. Red Sox have the lead. Red Sox getting 2 in the first, 4 in the second. There is Darren Ruff sending one out towards deep right center field. On the run back towards the bullpen, and reaching to make the grab is Mookie Betts. Basket style, and the appreciation of Eduardo Rodriguez for his center fielder.
I'll tell you, the defense we're seeing in the outfield right now for the Red Sox is absolutely spectacular. We've seen Mookie Betts do this a number of times this season. Look where he's playing straight away and how far he has to go. And then knowing that he's already had a concussion from going next to that wall out there, still able to make this catch. And the bullpen loves it. What a play by Betts. I mean, that's great concentration. It's great speed. It's a great jump on the baseball. Great courage as you get to the wall. Put all those things together and you got a great play.
Well, it continues the conversation as to who should be the center fielder moving forward. There's a pitch and a foul tip that time off the bat of Ashe. Well, whichever direction the Red Sox choose to go, they're going to be taken care of in center field. There's no doubt about that. Fouled off to the left, out of play. Dave Dombrowski will be worrying about that. Having a chance here the last 6 odd weeks of the season to get a feel for the major league team. He was asked yesterday when addressing the media about the rest of the organization, and really saying that he's concentrating right now on the major league team and kind of reading the reports on the rest of the organization as he learns the organization moving forward towards spring training of 2016.
Yeah, trying to get as familiar with the roster obviously as he possibly can, what's available in the minor leagues, and getting to know the people here around Fenway Park. So it's a tall task, and as we mentioned before, he's got to jump on it coming in here early.
Fly ball the other way this time. Castillo going back onto the track to make the catch in front of the wall. So 2 pretty well hit balls in this inning, but the Phillies have nothing to show for it. 2 outs. 1 to the warning track in center, 1 to the warning track in left. And it'll bring up Eric Kratz. Phillies catcher flying out to right field in the second inning, 0 for 1. 5 in a row now retired by Eduardo Rodriguez. Wants a new baseball, gets one, and tosses the old one out. First career appearance for Eduardo Rodriguez against these Philadelphia Phillies. Won his major league debut at Texas back on May the 28th. Has 8 wins on the year coming into today's game. Pitch in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Winning his last 2 decisions. Home against Cleveland, home against New York.
3 straight changeups.
Yeah, swing and a miss.
So he goes trips on the changeups, and he's had 1 and 2.
On the ground, softly hit with Holt backed up at third, and Eduardo tried to pick it up and awkwardly goes down. Hopefully didn't hurt himself there. It is a base hit as he kind of ended up in the way as well as trying to pick up that ball.
Yeah, Brock Holt's probably got a better chance of this than Eduardo Rodriguez, but once he commits himself, he's got to make the play. And you see Holt coming in, and he was going to go to the bare hand and might have had a chance at first base, but once Rodriguez became involved, forget about it. Just sliding and kicking up divots and all kind of stuff going on.
Lucky he didn't roll the ankle. So 2 down, Kratz at first base, and Freddie Galvis singled in the 3rd inning. In there for strike 1. Galvis batting out of the 9 spot. Shortstop for the Phillies, 1 for 1 today. He's got 1 of now 5 Philadelphia hits. Happy little guy right there. Does not get better than that. 70th pitch coming up for Eduardo Rodriguez. Threw 99 pitches in his last outing in 5 innings. I'm going to throw a lot of pitches in this one. Only 2 outs here in the 4th inning. On deck, top of the order, Dubal Herrera waiting on deck. Outside for ball 2. Second rookie with as many as 18 starts since Aaron Seeley back in 1993. And a swing and a miss, able to strike out Galvis and conclude the top of the 4th inning. 6-1 Boston. Bank is here to make your banking and your day easier. See how at easternbank.com. Here, your first Eastern Bank. A beautiful day in Boston, and plenty of people on the Charles today as the Red Sox have a 6-1 lead coming to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jackie Bradley Jr. leading it off. He's already contributed with a 2-run triple as he has to dance out of the way of a pitch down and in. Now 5 in a row retired by Eichhoff. There's a ground ball right side that has Hernandez shuffling to his left for the first out of the inning.
Now back on June 12th, Mookie Betts making a great play out there in the outfield. This is when he got his concussion as he runs into that wall. Couldn't come up with the baseball, then face plants himself against that railing out there. And today going out in that same direction, a little bit deeper this time, and makes the catch. Yeah, no concussion this time, so a couple of great efforts there by Mookie Betts.
Yeah, a lot less contact this time with that fence out there than the last time.
See him take a peek, too. He took a peek to that wall, see how much room he had.
You don't forget that. Well, Mookie has flied out to left and singled at the plate today, and last time up after his single to left came around to score the Red Sox 6th run. In there for a strike, and it's 1-2 now to Mookie Betts. Brock Holt waiting on deck. Red Sox have a 6-1 lead today. I'll grab your attention. Need to react.
Certainly will. Fastball up around the chin that time of Betts. And has to quickly dodge his way out of the way.
Now a ground ball sharply hit. A tough hop at Ashe fields and throws in time to get Mookie Betts. Went to the backhand to get him. 2 down. We'll see Dennis Leary, Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Wright, and more. The 21st annual Comics Come Home at the TD Garden on Saturday, November the 7th. Proceeds benefit the Cam Neely Foundation for Cancer Care. For tickets, visit Ticketmaster.com. So 2 down. Brock Holt coming up. So 2 down. Holt has flied out to right and singled to right. To right field, and Altair kind of froze, went backwards in fact, and now comes on, and a drop shin for a hit with 2 outs for Brock Holt. Was his second hit of the day.
And 3 times today he's hit the ball hard. Once for an out deep to right field, then a base hit, and now the base hit that drops in front of Altair.
His first move was back.
Yeah, I think even if he makes a good jump on that, it's not going to get it because it was a sinking line drive.
Holt aboard at first base with 2 down in the inning, and here is Xander Bogaerts. Already been on twice today. Xander with a single and a walk on the day, and has scored a run. Shadows starting to creep their way towards home plate. So when the game started yesterday, those shadows were over home plate. Red Sox playing a 4 o'clock game here yesterday. In again, 2-1. Lots of sunshine today. Blue skies above Fenway Park. It's been a beautiful weekend so far. And so far so good for the Red Sox. Have a chance to make it a clean sweep here against the Phillies. As they check on Holt at first base, who's back to the bag. Didn't miss by a lot. There is action in the pen now. Right-hander Dalier Hinojosa, we saw during spring training for the Red Sox.
This might be a pitch that Holt takes off on. We'll see.
He is not going, and there's a line drive to center. Herrera going back, and he makes the catch. Runs onto the warning track, but makes the grab on a hot shot to center. Red Sox lead at 6-1. 536 game. The Red Sox beat the Orioles 3-2. Rick Wise threw 10 innings and got the win for the Red Sox. And play along here to the 5th inning with the Red Sox on top today, 6-1. Eduardo Rodriguez back to the mound, dealing with the top of the Phillies order. Odubel Herrera just made a nice catch in center field. And a running line drive off the bat of Xander Bogaerts, able to make the catch back on the dirt of the track. Now Herrera to right, and that's going to get in for a hit. Jackie Bradley Jr. plays it on a hop, and a leadoff single for Herrera.
Herrera jumps on the slider that time from Rodriguez. I would say the order of best pitches for Rodriguez right now is his fastball followed by his changeup. The third best would be his slider. I think that's a pitch that needs a little bit of work to refine it a little bit, and then he has 3 quality pitches to work with.
Cesar Hernandez has struck out, single to drive in a run. Foul down the right field line, out of play.
Bradley playing very shallow out there in right field and pulled over toward the line against Hernandez. Expecting him to go in that direction, and with not much power.
On the ground towards shortstop, Bogaerts races in, flips to second for 1, on to first for 2. Red Sox turning their first double play of the day, 2 down here in the 5th.
And I know I've mentioned this many times before, but Rutledge at second base has a very strong throwing arm, and he comes from over the top. You know, a lot of second basemen throw side arm. He gets right on top of the ball for that throw to first base, and it's got quite a bit of velocity on it.
Well, coming up after the 3rd out of this inning, TC and Jim Rice will have the mid-5th studio show presented by GMC. Here's Altier, swings away and pops it up. Third base way, Brock Holt battling the sun down the line to make the catch. That ends the top of the 5th inning. Let's go live to our studio with Tom Caron for the mid-5th show presented by GMC. Phillies, and it is going to be Alan Craig who is going to pinch hit here for David Ortiz. I'm not sure what's up with Big Papi.
Yeah, a little bit of surprise as Ortiz had 2 at-bats in the ball game, but obviously something happening to David in those 2 at-bats, and now out of the game as Craig comes up to hit for him in that DH spot.
.125 with a home run, 2 runs batted in for Craig on the season. It is Craig, Shaw, and Castillo to bat here in the 5th inning. David Ortiz today, for just joining us, hit a 2-run home run back in the 1st inning. So home run number 497 today before being pinch hit for here by Alan Craig in the 5th inning. Phillies have a new pitcher in, Dahlia Hinojosa, into his 5th game without a record, a 1.29 earned run average, 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. Opponents hitting at 200 against Hinojosa. Now Craig with a swing and a miss. Pitch running away from him and down.
Yeah, pretty good velocity, 93 miles an hour on that fastball. Keeping the fastball down in the zone, the Craig, down and away, or actually out over the middle.
Hinojosa making his major league debut in a Red Sox uniform this year, back on May the 3rd against the Yankees. Went an inning and 2/3. Claimed off waivers from the Red Sox by the Phillies on July the 15th. Originally, the Red Sox had signed him as an international free agent back in 2013. Native of Cuba. There's a ground ball, and diving at third base as Ashe gets up in his throw in time. Nice play by Cody Ashe down there at third base to get Alan Craig.
Well timed by Ashe. You can see how close he is to the line there, and then the crossover step, the dive, and very quickly back to his feet. That's one of the keys when you make a diving play, how quick you can back up and get into a position to be able to make that throw to first base. And that time Ashe does it perfectly. Squares himself up with the bag and makes that good throw.
And one down here for Travis Shaw, who is 0 for 2. Shaw has flied out and struck out. Jared Eichhoff on the hook today as he went the first 4 innings for the Phillies, giving up 8 hits and 6 runs. He walked 2, struck out 1. And Hinojosa taking over here in the top of the 5th, or rather the bottom of the 5th inning. Downfield straightaway on Shaw. 2-1. And a swing and a miss.
First changeup that he's thrown so far, and had the Shaw fooled on that off-speed pitch, keeping it away from Travis Shaw. Tries it again, but that time well out of the strike zone in the dirt.
A turn of events for the Yankees, who at one point today were trailing 3-0 to the Rays. They now have a 4-3 lead, and it's a good thing for the Yankees because the Blue Jays are winning again. Home against Baltimore on top 6-2. There's a fly ball to left, has Darnell Sweeney going back onto the dirt of the track to make the catch for the second out. They'll get immediate care without leaving the ballpark at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center First Aid Station behind Section 12 on the lower concourse. BIDMC is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. 2 down in the 5th inning, and it brings up Rusney Castillo. Pretty good look from the monster seats right down that left field line. Jerry, you and I did a couple of games, more than one, I think, right, on the monster seats?
Yeah, they're great seats to watch a game, but not great seats to do a game from, because everything's backwards.
Everything's backwards. It took me like 4 innings to know the difference between right field and left field, because we're so used to sitting from behind home plate.
Right.
Be sitting out there, everything is the wrong direction.
And then you look at your monitor where the ball's hitting, it's actually in the opposite direction.
Yeah. There's a line drive foul over by the tarp area, so this is much better.
Those are great seats to watch a game from. They really are. I mean, you feel like you're right on top of the action out there.
Oh, great seats.
But not to do a game, no.
Generally, you get a nice breeze up there as well, especially on the warm days here at Fenway Park. There's a chopper to short. Galvis plays the hop and throws out Castillo. 10 things here in the 5th. We've played 5 from Fenway. Red Sox have a 6-1 lead. Just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. Tweet your photos now. Brought to you by T-Mobile. The lights are on here at Fenway Park now as the shadows encompass the home plate area. And leading it off is Jeff Francoeur as we play along to the 6th inning. Francoeur 0 for 2. He's grounded back to the mound, fouled out to third baseman Brock Holt. Made a nice catch, reaching into the first row of seats by the on-deck circle. Now a pop-up into shallow center. Betts shading his eyes and coming in to make the catch as Bradley Jr. was also coming from right field as Betts makes the catch. Let's check in with Garen Austin.
Thanks, Don. Interim manager Torey Lovello today talked about Eduardo Rodriguez and his inconsistencies. Lovello said Eduardo Rodriguez is a young player and there are going to be growing pains. Lovello said that Rodriguez is learning the league and he's learning who he is as a pitcher, and that's going to take some time. Don, Jerry, Lovello said that you have to be patient when you have a young player.
Well, he's a good one so far. We have seen that, and right now 8-5 coming into this game today, and a good size lead. A pop-up left side has Bogarts battling the sun but making the catch. 2 down.
Yeah, that is one of the most difficult things when you are dealing with young players, is the patience you have to have with them, because you know they're still learning at the major league level, and of course the competition up here compared to where they've come from, there's an incredible difference. So you know, you have to be able to deal with the ups and downs of your performances at the major league level, and that's something that Lovello tries to guide his way through with his young players.
2 down here in the 6th inning for Darren Ruff. Ruff single to right field in the second inning. Flied out to the warning track in center field in the fourth inning. Makes it even harder is that there are a lot of those type guys. If you have like one guy that you can be patient with and kind of let it roll, then you see what happens. But Red Sox over the last 2 years have had a lot of young guys that they're trying to be patient with. And when you have too many, it can be a problem. 0-2 pitch is lined to center field, and that'll get down. Over his Betts to play it on a couple of hops. 2-out base hit for Darren Ruff, his second hit of the day.
That Ruff that time gets the fastball from Rodriguez. Rodriguez hoping for a 1-2-3 inning. Instead, it's broken up. Right here on the fastball out over the plate by Darren Ruff. Line drive into the gap, but Betts quickly closes that gap and gets the ball back in, holds him to a single.
So 2 down, Ruff at first, and it brings up Cody Ashe. Fly ball center field. Betts had started back, now coming in. Over comes Castillo too, but it'll be Betts who makes the catch. 3 fly ball outs in the inning. Red Sox have a 6-1 lead. Never stop improving profile. Last 8 games versus the previous 8 games. Well, the previous 8 games at 214, but the last 9 games at 393 with 5 home runs, 10 RBIs, 497th career home run. Got that back in the first inning as we play now to the bottom of the 6th inning, and it's Ryan Hanigan, Josh Rutledge, and Jackie Bradley Jr. to bat in the bottom of the 6th. Hanigan with a single in the 2nd inning, came around to score, and then grounded out to the second baseman Cesar Hernandez in the 3rd inning. Second inning of relief here for Hinojosa. Took over for Jared Eichhoff, who went the first 4 innings and gave up the 6 runs the Red Sox have. Hinojosa had a 1-2-3 fifth. Now it's strike 2 to Hanigan. Center fielder Odubel Herrera moving over towards right center. Gap out in left center for Hanigan. Shadows over the home plate area. Everything else in the sunshine. And a lot of sunshine today. Inside out, swing and a foul off to the right. Hinojosa ended up being a September call-up from Lehigh Valley. September the 1st, second stint with the Phillies this year. After the Phillies took him off waivers from the Red Sox, mentioned last inning his Major League debut coming for the Red Sox back in May against the Yankees, and we certainly saw a lot of Hinojosa during spring training. Now, member of the Philadelphia Phillies. Hannigan will take the walk to begin things here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Well, it's time for a game break brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Tom? All right, Tom, thanks very much. It's going to be very interesting down the stretch run here, and we'll get a firsthand look at the Toronto Blue Jays beginning tomorrow.
And we see a lot of the Blue Jays and Yankees before the end of the season. 6 with the Blue Jays, 4 with the Yankees.
Now we get word on David Ortiz, right calf tightness, reason for his departure from this game. Right calf tightness. That's why we saw Alan Craig pinch hit for Big Papi last inning. David had 2 at-bats today. The 2-run home run followed up by a sacrifice fly, so a 3 RBI day for David. Pitch in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone to Rutledge. Rutledge has walked and scored and fouled out. 25th pitch of relief coming up here for Hinojosa. Swing and a foul tip for strike 3, held on to by Kratz for the first out of the 6th inning. It's time now for a look at the road ahead, presented by People's United Bank. We mentioned the Jays are coming to town tomorrow, the last series of this 3-team homestand for the Red Sox. An off day on Thursday as the Red Sox will head to Tampa Bay to take on the Rays, to Baltimore and Toronto. A 3-city tour coming up as the Red Sox return home to take on those same teams again, Tampa Bay and Baltimore. A lot of American League East remaining on the schedule for the Red Sox in September, as this one is fouled off to the left and out of play. Six runs, 8 hits, no errors for Boston. A run, 7 hits, and no errors for Philadelphia. Hannigan started this inning by walking. Rutledge strikes out. Now Jackie Bradley Jr. will foul it back and out of play, down 0-2.
That's a couple of changes by Hinojosa that have been elevated, and that time Bradley fouling it straight back. Got the Rutledge on a high changeup for a strikeout.
Torey Lovullo was asked today before the game about players, how hard is it to play for some of these guys with not a lot on the line here as far as the record goes for the Red Sox and being in the postseason mix. But Terry, there are a lot of guys right now auditioning for Dave Dombrowski and their future here in Boston.
Every game there's something on the line. I don't care if you're 30 games out of first place.
Yep.
Your performance is on the line every time you go out there. I think that's a silly question because when you're out there playing a baseball game, it's not like, well, okay, we're 14 games out of first place, so let's just cruise through this and let's get it over with, and I'll gladly take an 0-4 and
wasted bats.
Yeah, I'll give up 7 runs. It doesn't matter. That's a silly question, and you're out there every day doing the best possible job that you can do. Now, collectively as a team, if it's not good enough, that's the answer. But the fact is, individually, you don't mail it in.
There's a lot to play for individually, for sure.
Sure is. A lot of cash to play for.
So 1 on, 1 out, and Jackie Bradley Jr. standing in. He is 1 for 2 today, and down on the count 1-2 as he strikes out. Back-to-back Ks for Hinojosa. 2 down.
Back to the outside part of the plate. This time looked like a slide, and it didn't break very much, but picks up the strikeout against Bradley.
Mika Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance. Runner at first, 2 down in the inning, and Mookie Betts, the batter. He was flied out to left, single to left, and grounded out to third base. Center fielder Odubel Herrera over towards right center as the pitch down low. Brock Holt waiting on deck with 2 down here in the 6th inning. There's a strike right down the middle. 2-1. Went with a fastball at 93. Down in the count 2-0 and makes it 2-1.
Hinojosa has actually looked pretty good since being in this ball game for the Phillies.
Phillies had to go to the pen in the 5th inning. Eichhoff going the first 4, giving up 6 runs. The Phillies starter ended up throwing 80 pitches through the first 4 innings. Looks like they're going back to the gas here. 3-1 pitch. And it is outside for ball 4. The second walk of the inning, end of the outing, allowed by Hinojosa. Toyo Tires, the official tire of the Boston Red Sox. Whether you're taking your truck off-road, the kids to practice, or your sports car to its limits, there's a Toyo Tire for you. Visit toyotires.com to find a dealer near you. 2 on, 2 down. It's been kind of a weird line this inning for Hinojosa. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. And here is Brock Holt coming up. Holt flying out to the warning track in right field in the first inning. Since then, he has singled twice to right and has made solid contact 3 times today. And again at second base, Betts at first with 2 down here in the Boston 6th inning. And headed out there is Kratz to talk to Hinojosa. Red Sox group tickets start at just $20. How easy is it to get 20 of your family and friends together? Visit redsox.com/groups for more information. A little warm in the sunshine here today at Fenway Park. Especially in the bleachers area today, but Red Sox on top here 6-1 as they have 2 on and 2 outs here in the 6th inning. That'll bounce in, gets away from Kratz, and the runners will advance. Hannigan to third, Betts to second on the wild pitch.
Well, whatever the conference was about and what the pitch they decided on was not the good selection that time as it bounces. Looks like a changeup that gets away from Kratz, hits him right off the heel of the glove, and 2 men get into scoring position with 2 outs for the Red Sox.
Second and third, 2 down, and Brock Holt here takes the 1-1 outside. Xander Bogaerts waiting on deck. Did he go? No, says CB Bucknor, third base umpire. Brock ahead 3-1. Hector Neris up in the pen now for the Phillies. Ball 4, and he walks him loaded. 3 walks in the inning allowed by Hinojosa.
He didn't like that last call, but there's no question that ball was off the outside part of the plate. Here's that last pitch, and you'll see it's clearly not a strike. Hinojosa wanted it, was close, but did not get it. And number 94 was not happy about it.
Bob McClure, the pitching coach, former Red Sox pitching coach, headed out there to talk to Hinojosa. Tonight at 10 on NESN Sports Today, we'll look ahead of the Patriots' opening game against the Steelers. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank. See what know-how can do. Neris continuing to warm in the Phillies' pen. Hinojosa walking 3 in this inning, striking out 2. And Xander Bogaerts coming up. Bases filled with Red Sox, 2 down in the 6th inning. And Bogaerts, who has singled to center, walked in, lined out to center. It's his 4th plate appearance of the day. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Career with the bases loaded, 333 for Xander Bogaerts. Has not had a grand slam to his credit. Hannigan at third, Betts at second, Holt at first. Ball and a strike now to Bogaerts. Alan Craig waiting on deck in the spot of David Ortiz. Pinch hit for him in the 5th inning. David with some calf soreness, right calf soreness, leaving the ball game today.
Door open out there in center field next to the 379 marker.
Bogaerts' late swing fouls it off.
Well, the exciting moment in the ball game yesterday when Bogaerts doubled down that right field line and eventually came around the score on this play. A couple of runs coming in to throw to home plate, and then gets by the catcher. Bogaerts comes in with a beautiful slide, faked with his right, goes to his left hand, and ends up rounding the bases in a big inning for the Red Sox.
Got the bat. He tried to hold up there, but it ends up making contact, and he fouls it off. Bases loaded here, 2 down in the bottom of the 6th inning. Fly ball down the right field line towards the pole, and that ball's going to be foul. Just to the right of the pole and short of it. Well, be sure to follow NESN on Instagram today to see all things behind the scenes this Red Sox season and to be there as the Bruins gear up for the puck drop. Follow NESN at Instagram.com/NESN. Bases loaded, 2 down. Xander Bogaerts waiting on a 1-2 pitch. Sharply hit and off the glove of Galvis, goes to second base for the force out there. He stayed with it, and he's able to get Holt, and Hinojosa gets out of the jam in the 6th inning. 6-1 Boston. We'll see if they're going to challenge this on a bang play at second base.
Take another look on replay after the bobble. There's a throw to second base. Does Holt beat it? I don't think so.
No challenge from the Red Sox. They lead by 5. Get starting at only $12. Ace also has great deals on all Patriots and Boston Bruins games. Visit aceticket.com. Now the Red Sox holding on to a 6-1 advantage. As back on the mound, Eduardo Rodriguez for the 7th inning with Eric Kratz leading it off here for the Philadelphia Phillies. It'll be Freddie Galvis and then Adubel Herrera to follow Kratz in the inning. Kratz today has fly to right and reached on an infield hit. Two-0 pitch. And it's fouled back to the screen. 2-1.
And a little mist coming out of the bullpen area. Keep the players cool.
I didn't know they had that.
Something new, I think, that's been added out there.
What is that Agondo has? Looks like a coat rack. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it has a real purpose.
I don't know what that purpose is, though.
This is fouled off to the right.
It gets hot out there in the bullpen areas in the late afternoon with that sun beating down on you. Pretty much all afternoon.
So it's kind of a consistent mist. Now notice the Phillies don't have the same thing.
Why should they?
I'm sure it's not as hot over there as it is on the Red Sox side. 2-2 pitch is in there for strike 3, and Kratz strikes out. 6 strikeouts for Eduardo Rodriguez.
Well, fastball right here from Rodriguez and right down the middle of the plate to pick up the strikeout against Kratz. So he's 1 for 3 this afternoon. Rodriguez picking up his 6th strikeout.
His pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. 6 1/3, 7 hits, a run, a walk, 6 Ks. About to throw his 90th pitch of the day, and it's Freddie Galvis. Galvis 1 for 2, single and a run scored in the third, struck out swinging in the fourth inning.
It's like the old Boston Garden, right? Why should the visiting team have any benefits? Right?
No air conditioning.
They had nothing in the old visiting clubhouse at the Boston Garden. Turn the heat up, for crying out loud, in those playoff games in the spring.
One side's like a spa, the other side's got nothing. Pitch in there for a strike. Well, we went to Wrigley Field. We saw the Cubs visiting clubhouse.
Oh, my goodness.
Which is, wow.
That's horrible. Terrible.
This is on the ground, foul. We didn't even stay in the Cubs clubhouse very long because there was no room for us to stand in the Cubs clubhouse.
Once the media got in, there was absolutely no room at all to move around in that place, and it was kind of like a maze.
This one will get away. Did get a piece of it, so foul ball, still 0-2.
It's almost like when they were building that stadium, they forgot they had to put in a clubhouse on the first base side, and they just kind of made whatever they could out of it.
And then to get to the dugout, you got to go around and down and.
Yeah, you need GPS.
Yeah. 0-2 pitch. And Galvis strikes out looking. Back-to-back Ks for Rodriguez, 7 in all.
Well, he's been on fire here the last couple of innings. I mean, just the fastball, perfect location, down in the zone, a little bit inside. And second time he struck out Galvis today. Got him on a changeup last time, up fastball this time.
2 down here in the 7th inning. Brings up Odubel Herrera, who bats for the 4th time today. And a single his last time up. And some of the older ballparks had some tough clubhouses too. It was Cleveland. Was that all right? The old ballpark?
No, sounds pretty bad too. I don't think not as bad as Wrigley, but it was. I'll tell you what it did have though. It had the best after game frosted beer that you could possibly have.
Really?
I mean, the clubhouse attendant kept these beer cups like cold.
Wow.
And you couldn't wait to get in there and get, I mean, it was really good. But
the coldest beer in the league.
It was by far. But we used to call them cold cuts because that's all they put out was cold cuts. That's cold cuts and a cold beer.
The glass is frosted. Is that what you said? So they were pre-frosted. So everything. I mean, it was.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And if you tipped well, I mean, you had a waiting right there at your locker when you got in. It was terrific.
That's tough to beat. Old Tiger Stadium, was that all right, clubhouse wise?
No, that wasn't too good either.
Not good either. Huh?
No, you get knocked out of a game there.
There's a liner by Holt, who's lunging to his left, and Herrera is aboard here with 2 down in the inning.
You could be a pitcher and get taken out of a ball game as a starting pitcher and go take a shower, and you could still see the field from where you were taking a shower from.
Wow.
It was not too good, no. I didn't. For some reason, everybody loved Detroit, and, the ballpark and the history of it and all that. I didn't like it at all because it didn't work into my game at all. My game was hitting ground balls, and they used to have that grass so high, it was like impossible to hit a ball through. Even in batting practice, they had this netting out in front. And, you'd hit a ground ball and just stop in the netting, and you got frustrated before the game even started.
Already defeated before you even get out there.
Yeah. Now, guys like Yaz and Freddie, they loved it because they had that short porch out in right field.
Never got the chance to get to Tiger Stadium. And, of course, last time we were in Detroit, that we saw the scene. '100th pitch for Rodriguez. We get to see the scene of where the old ballpark was. There's now an area there. Now it has been torn down in Detroit, not there any longer.
Right.
Cesar Hernandez here waiting on a 1-2 pitch. in the dirt, and it's 2-2.
I think I had the scariest night in the big leagues at the Tiger Stadium when Willie Horton decided to take on the whole California Angel baseball team. It was unbelievable.
Really?
Oh. He had got knocked down a number of times that week. We didn't know that. We went in and somebody knocked him down early in the game. He just went out of his
That's
mind.
A pretty strong man.
Oh.
Even today.
His eyes were that big, and it was like, you're too young to be looking at me. Don't look at me.
Wow. Liner to first. Shaw elevated to reel it in and ends the inning. On the line drive by Hernandez. Red Sox here in 7th inning stretch have a 6-1 lead from Fenway Park. Afternoon from Fenway.
The Red Sox Foundation helps make dreams come true for the families of New England. Each afternoon you aid in these life-changing efforts by supporting the 50-50 raffle presented by DraftKings. Today's winning numbers are now posted on the center field video board. And now, before Josh Cantor leads us in the singing of Take Me Out to the Ball Game on the Fenway organ, we ask you to please rise. Here to honor America by performing God Bless America, we are joined by two singers who are dedicating their performance to their grandparents and to all of the grandparents in the crowd today. From the September call-ups, please welcome Doug Zabara and Elizabeth Crawford.
God bless America, land that I love.
Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains, to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
God bless America,
my home, sweet home.
Well, Jared Eichhoff's pitching line is brought to you by our Eastern Lexus dealers. He was chased from the game after 4 innings today, 8 hits, 6 runs. Walked 2, struck out a batter through 80 pitches, 50 for strikes. Came into today's game at 1-2 and on the hook as he departed after the 4th inning. Now it is 6-1. Red Sox have the lead as we start this bottom of the 7th inning. Hector Neris now in the game for Philadelphia, and he misses down low with ball one. Takes over for Dalier Hinojosa into his 23rd game of the year. 2-2. The 4.50 earned run average. 30 strikeouts, 7 walks. Opponents hitting at 261 against Neris. As Alan Craig fouls it back to the screen. So Hinojosa ended up going 2 innings. Allowed no hits, no runs. He did walk 3 in the 6th inning. Get out of a bases loaded jam. As Tazawa gets ready in the pen. On the ground, foul towards the end of the Phillies dugout. Ryan Howard with the day off today. Two balls, 2 strikes. Alan Craig will be followed by Travis Shaw and Rusney Castillo here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And a swing and a miss for Craig, who strikes out for the first out of the 7th. Well, did you miss today's all-new episode of Nesson Clubhouse? Catch the encore presentation today after our Red Sox coverage. Nesson Clubhouse is presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts. One down here in the 7th inning, and brings up Travis Shaw. Shaw 0 for 3 today. He's flied out to center field, struck out, flied out to left. Yankees on top 5-4 over Tampa Bay. They're in the 8th inning. There's a fly ball to center. Herrera's out there. He's played a good center field in this series, and he makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Well, tonight at 9:30, tune in to the Ultimate Red Sox Show presented by AAA. We'll look back at the best moments of the week that was in Red Sox baseball. Tune in tonight at 9:30 right here on Nesson. 2 down in the 7th inning for Rusney Castillo. And a double back in the 2nd inning, part of that big 4-run second for the Red Sox. Picks up the corner and evens the count at 1-1. Neris has been roughed up lately. He's allowed 9 earned runs in his last 5 2/3 innings. Fouled off, and it is 2-2. Neris has been on the active roster for the Phillies since July the 7th. Has been called up 3 different times this year, but has been on the staff since July the 7th on this current stint. Fly ball center field, sending Herrera back. It carries well, takes him to the track, but he makes the catch that ends the inning. We've played 7 from Fenway. It's 6-1 Boston. Low fare now, Southwest.com. That's where it all happens right there, Jerry. That is the front of the truck right there. That is the front bench. You were asking about the back bench back there. There's the back bench.
So we have the front bench and the back bench.
The back bench.
CPW back there in the back bench.
He's back there.
Looking forward to hockey.
Yeah. His mind is at a rink near you right now. It is hopefully locked in on the 8th inning as we head to the 8th. Major League fans deserve Major League flavors. Run to the freezer section and try Hood Red Sox ice cream treats. Score a home run with Hood today. Now 7 innings today from Eduardo Rodriguez, and now into the game is Shinichi Tozawa for the 8th. His 59th appearance, 2-6, 3.65 earned run average, 52 strikeouts, 13 walks. Opponent sitting at 271 against Tozawa. Altair leading it off and taking ball 1. He starts him with a curveball. Altair today 0 for 3, striking out twice, fouling out, all that against Eduardo Rodriguez. Rodriguez in line right now for his 9th win of the year. Came in at 8-5. There's a foul off to the right, out of play. So 7 innings for Rodriguez, who ends up giving up a total of 8 hits. Only the 1 run that came back in the 3rd inning. An RBI single by Cesar Hernandez. Walks only 1, strikes out 7. And we talked about all the day baseball numbers for Eduardo. Well, today pitched pretty well during the day. There is more action for the Phillies. Right-hander Luis Garcia warming in the pen. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt, fooling Altair.
Yeah, completely fooled there, expecting a fastball in that count. Didn't get it. Got a split-fingered fastball from Tozawa. That ball never really in the strike zone at all.
In the dirt, blocked by Hannigan, and a full count now. Center fielder Mookie Betts over towards right center as Jeff Francoeur waits on deck here for the Phillies. Payoff pitch from Tozawa. Broken bat, liner into right, that's going to fall for a hit. And a leadoff single for Altair, his first hit of the day. Well, Jerry, today's Wally Wave.
That kid's really getting into it. Everybody getting into it today.
Walter and Wanda, right? His mom?
I don't know. It's both.
I know the Walter part. I'm not so sure about the Wanda part. I think I made that up. I don't know Wally's mom's name. But Walter kind of looks like you, as I recall.
Me? Walter does?
Yeah.
Really?
We had a split screen at one point of you and Wally's dad. And, see? Looks a little bit like you.
I don't think it looks like me at all.
If you were to put a little hat on, maybe.
But yeah, but my mustache is trimmed a little bit more than Walter's.
Much more manageable than Walter's. Jeff Francoeur batting with a runner at first, nobody out here in the 8th. In there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Mookie Betts over towards right center field. In the dirt, and it's 1-2. See, I see the same guy. I mean, Walter? Gerald.
I don't see it.
You don't see it?
No.
Put a little hat on and I think you got it. 1-2 to Francoeur. And he goes chasing after that and strikes out. Tried to protect the plate, but too much of that fastball at 93. Strikeout number 1 for Tazawa.
A good location with that fastball, too, by Tazawa, keeping it away and off the plate. Chasing it is Francoeur for the strikeout.
Well, Tuesday on an all-new Red Sox report. See highlights from the Jimmy Fund month and watch as the Red Sox relaunch the Ice Bucket Challenge. Catch it all Tuesday at 5 on this week's edition of the Red Sox report. 1 on, 1 out, and it brings up Darnell Sweeney, who is 1 for 3 in the ball game. He singled to center field in the second inning. And takes strike 1. The curveball, as Tazawa started every hitter so far with the curveball. Blue Jays have a 9-3 lead now over the Orioles in the 8th inning. Well, the Yankees are holding on to a 6-4 lead over Tampa Bay. So both the Jays and Yankees are winning currently. Good pitch, and it's 0-2.
Split-fingered fastball from Tazawa. So working in all his pitches today. His curveball, his fastball, his splitter. You see the split grip. Little movement dipping down at the end of the pitches that gets to the strike zone.
One ball, 2 strikes to Darnell Sweeney with 1 out and 1 on. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt for Sweeney. He strikes out, and there's back-to-back Ks for Tazawa.
Now back to the split-fingered fastball for Tazawa, and again, you know, he starts it down the borderline strike and dips out of the strike zone. That induces the swing. You can see how far out in front of the ball of the catcher Hannigan that ball is.
Two down for Darren Ruff. A couple of hits today. Single to right, single to center. Flied out to center field as well. So 2 for 3 for Ruff. Fastball running away. Tazawa first out of the pen today for Boston. Saw him in game 1 of the series on Friday night. He pitched the 8th inning against the Phillies. Fly ball into short right field. Bradley Jr. coming in, and he'll make the catch in fair ground. That ends the top of the 8th inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th, 6-1 Boston. Now at Southwest.com. Yeah, back on a beautiful day in Boston, and it's been a good day for the Red Sox, who have a 6-1 lead.
And look at the last 4 strikeouts for Eduardo Rodriguez in this ball game today, and the changeup very effective for him in this game. A couple of changeups for strikeouts, and back to fastballs. Fastball inside part of the plate, fastball inside part of the plate. Gets Galvis. Basically, fastballs and changes. Very few sliders in the game today for Rodriguez.
Ryan Hanigan leading it off against the new Phillies pitcher Luis Garcia into the game. And he appears in his 61st game of the year for the Phillies. 3-4, 3.39 earned run average, 54 strikeouts, 29 walks. Opponents hitting at .276 against the right-hander. Ryan Hanigan today has singled to right, grounded out to second base, and walked.
Don, you were exactly right. Wally's mom's name is Wanda.
It is Wanda.
Yeah, people telling me that on Twitter. It's on his Facebook page.
Okay.
Wally's Facebook page. I didn't know he had a Facebook page, but he does.
I was pretty sure it was Wanda. And Wanda, of course, comes out every Mother's Day. And Wally brings Wanda some flowers.
Right.
And Dad's name is Walter. Right about that, right, too? I think he's...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Walter.
Walter and Wanda.
So would that make him Wally Jr.? Or?
Lovely couple.
Would it be Walter Jr.?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. 1-2 pitch is a foul tip for strike 3. Hanigan striking out to begin things here in the bottom of the 8th. Let's check out the game summary brought to you by Xfinity. Eichhoff, the starter for the Phillies, chased from this game after 4 innings. He gave up all the runs the Red Sox have today. Eduardo Rodriguez giving up 1 earned run in 7 innings. Earlier on, David Ortiz got his 497th career home run before leaving the game with right calf tightness. Jackie Bradley Jr. also 1 for 3 today. 1 out for Josh Rutledge. He'll take strike 1.
You know, Walter, were you here when Walter first came out of the wall?
No, that was before my time.
It's not very popular.
Wasn't big.
It was not big at all. And
I'll tell you who made Walter big.
Yeah,
that's the Rem Dog.
Yep, you're exactly right.
You saved Wally.
I did, because when he first came out, the fans here in Boston had no interest in Wally. None whatsoever. So the Red Sox are playing, and I get this little miniature Wally doll, and I put him in a chair here, and all of a sudden they go on a winning streak.
Every day.
And I couldn't take the thing away. I had to keep it there because they were winning, and they were winning and winning and winning, playing good baseball, and that's how it kind of caught on. And now he's dancing up on he's everywhere,
Yeah.
And it became like a little embarrassing for me, because every time I go to security checkpoints, I say, this guy travels a doll.
Especially on the road.
Yeah.
On the ground to second. Hernandez throwing to first base. I mean, people around here knew what you were doing. They know that your friend Walter, you carry him in the bag everywhere you go. But
I still
you go to other ballparks, and it's a little weird.
I think I still have him in here. Yeah, he's here. The original. This is the original.
Oh. Wow.
He's got
there it is.
Hardly no beans left.
Very little beans.
But his head's like, not really good shape. No. But I still got him. I still carry him in the bag.
He has lived a tough life, Wally.
If he could talk.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
But look at his neck, like there's nothing left.
No, very, very little.
But that is the original.
That's unbelievable. And it has lived in your bag.
Yep.
For the better part of what? 20-odd years?
It's been a long time. I mean, you 15 for you, so it's got to be.
Wow.
And it was the Red Sox themselves that wanted me to promote it, because Wally was not received very well when he came out of the wall.
What was it about Wally they didn't like, if you recall, when they came out?
A mascot.
It
was different here in Fenway. Just you didn't do those kind of things in those days, and what did I get? I got some nasty.
Well, tell you what to do with Wally.
Yeah, I got a ton of that.
I know that because I got it from time to time too, walking to the car, and that was even after.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, because Wally never talked to me at all. It was kind of we had a tough relationship here in the booth, because you talked to Wally, Wally talked to you, and then I was here too. I kind of felt like a third wheel for a long time. So when it was fouled off.
But not everybody liked Wally, and so.
April 13th, 1997, they tell me was the debut.
97,
yep.
1997.
Yep. So what happened? He just came out of the wall?
Just came out of the wall, and people looked like, what is this? You know, and it was like there were a few boos, and it did not go. It didn't fly. Was that one of the magic moments here at Fenway? You
magical?
Know what I mean? Yeah.
Not a magical night at Fenway that night?
No.
2-2 pitch to Jackie Bradley. He'll take it outside. Full count.
But for like a couple of years, it was driving me crazy because I used to have to come up with these stories about what he did. You know,
yeah.
We go to San Francisco. I took him to Alcatraz. I had
well, what point you had him in rehab?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Did you forget him or something on a try? I forget what the circumstances were, but he was not with us. This one fouled off to the left. You had him out at some rehab center in Arizona.
Yeah, not at Betty Ford. It was at Betty Ford. Yeah.
I just remember him being out very late on a lot of those trips.
Now Wally's so popular, we don't have to have him in the booth now.
No.
I mean, he's everywhere. He's
got his own Facebook page, as you mentioned.
Yeah, he's got his own playroom here.
Yep. Payoff pitch. And Bradley strikes out. It's a 1-2-3 8th inning. We head for the ninth. 6-1 Boston. Tweet your photos now, brought to you by T-Mobile. And there he is, Wally. Here at the ballpark today, it looks like, as the Red Sox and Phillies play along here to the ninth inning. 6-1, Red Sox have the lead. New pitcher on for Boston, third of the day, Robbie Ross Jr. into his 45th game of the year, 0-2 with a 3.83 earned run average. Opponent's hitting at 246 against the lefty. And Cody Ashe leading it off and fouling it back for strike one. So Tazawa leaves this game after pitching the eighth inning. Went an inning giving up a hit. No runs, no walks, and struck out two. Last saw Ross on Friday night. He picked up the save, his first major league save on Friday night against the Phillies. This one fouled off to the left out of play. Came in the ninth inning with a 2-run lead, a runner on third, and 2 outs to face Ryan Howard. And he struck him out swinging to end the ball game. There's more action behind him. Craig Breslow warms in the Boston pen. Ashe strikes out to begin things here in the ninth inning. That is now the 10th strikeout for Red Sox pitching today.
Good slide of that time too by Ross against the left-hander, starting it outside and breaking farther outside. No contact.
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings live right after the game. TC and Jim Rice will break down today's game. You'll hear from Eduardo Rodriguez. Whatever, whenever, wherever. Who but WB Mason? One out in the ninth. Eric Kratz, the batter. And he'll take ball one, kind of framed there by Hannigan on a close pitch. In there for a strike that time, 1-1. Ross has allowed runs in only 2 of his last 13 games. 3 earned runs in his last 10 1/3. Ross this year 5 different major league stints with the Red Sox. This one foul to the right, not a play. This grabbed by a fan who brought a glove today. And the heel of the glove is able to hold on to it.
Come on, give it to your daughter. Just completely ignored his daughter.
To first base, Shaw will take it himself for out number 2 of the 9th inning. Let's take a look at the Toyota play of the game for Big Papi David Ortiz. Back in the first inning, a 2-run home run. Home run number 497 for David Ortiz. And his 31st of this year. One part of a fast start for the Red Sox. They got 2 runs in the first, 4 in the second. 6-1. Red Sox on top with 2 down in the 9th inning. Here is Freddie Galvis. They'll take it inside for ball 1. Galvis singled in the 3rd, struck out in the 4th, struck out in the 7th. Robbie Ross trying to finish off the Phillies here today. Just missed. 2-0. That one grabs the corner. 2-1.
Stays with that breaking ball on the 2-0 count. Picks up the outside corner. Expecting fastball, especially with a 5-run lead, but didn't get it.
Line and into left field, just out of the reach of Xander Bogaerts. Second hit of the day for Freddie Galvis. A 2-out single here in the 9th.
2 for 4 for Galvis, hitting out of that 9-hole today. 2 singles, 2 strikeouts. Jumped on the fastball that time from Ross and lines it just by Bogaerts to keep the game alive for the Phillies.
2 outs, a runner at first base. Notable Herrera coming up here. Grounded out to second base in the first, walked in the 3rd. Since then, a single twice, once to right, once to left. And has been very good defensively in center field in this series for Philadelphia. Swing and a miss. Runner takes off for second, and Galvis to second base on the defensive indifference. On the corner, and it's 0-2. Robbie Ross Jr. ahead 0-2 as Fenway stands as 1. Outside, 1-2. That's over towards left center, gap out in right center. Ross trying to finish off the Phillies with 2 down in the 9th. Outside again, not chasing. 96 on the fastball that time from Ross. Cesar Hernandez waiting on deck, but Ross would like to take care of business right here, right now. Line foul, back and out of play. We're staying alive. Been a long weekend so far for the Philadelphia Phillies. Two pitch. In the air to left field. Castillo going back, and it's going to be over his head and one hop the wall. Galvis from second base will score. Throw goes to second. And it is an RBI single for Herrera, and now it is 6-2 Boston.
He's had a very good day from that leadoff spot. He's been on base 4 times. A walk, now 3 straight singles, and this one a drive and a run. His 37th RBI of the season. Line shot quickly past Castillo out there in left field. Came into the game a .298 hitter. That average should be around 300 with the 3 hits today, if not over.
Runner takes off for second as the pitch in for a strike. And the defensive indifference as Herrera to second base. On the ground left side. Bogarts to the backhand. That's the ball game. Red Sox sweep the Philadelphia Phillies in a 3-game series at Fenway Park. We'll step aside and come back with more from Fenway right after this.